We are unboxing
something massive.
find the Y62 dashboard and send it to our manufacturers in China. This is the RAS-Pano 62.
Exactly all the stuff that we need to remove of our Y62 Patrol when it comes to doing this upgrade.
So now, when I cut this bit here, we faced a little problem here.
Oh my god, I feel bad for him now.
We were not expecting this to happen. We're facing another issue here right now. So right now I'll remove this screen. I'll put the framing of this screen in place here. So my screen is basically going to take place right in there. But the issue we've got is nothing to do with around here. It's actually with the steering wheel. So now that I don't have this screen in place, I'll be able to show you. But if I lift my steering wheel and push it all the way in, if there was a screen in there, it wouldn't be gone. It wouldn't be there anymore. It would be gone because this is gonna be hitting my screen. The steering wheel is gonna be hitting my screen. When I come to adjust my steering wheel, push it all the way in, it's gonna definitely crack this screen because it's gonna hit this screen. So that is the problem. We need to come up with a solution to fix that. And as I say, these are the little problems that we face when it comes to fitting the product inside a vehicle. So we've tried everything outside the vehicle. We had the dash all apart. We tried everything, make sure all the alignments are okay, all that fine. But this is something that we just faced now. And when it comes to putting the steering wheel back in place, we can actually crack this screen. So the steering wheel will not be pushed all the way back, which is a big red flag, big issue. But we are always here to fix the problems, no matter what's happening. So I've had an idea. I'll pull this apart. First thing that obviously comes into your mind is tear this apart. Let's see what's happening here. So I already unscrewed it. You have 3 screws, 1, 2, and 1 more underneath. I've already done that. So I've removed this, and I actually removed this top panel. So I realized when I removed the top panel and move the steering wheel as far up as it goes and as back in as it goes, it is not hitting my panel, so it cannot have any effects on my screen. So now if I want to bring this up here, you can actually see that there is a fair bit of gap around here. So this is all safe. This is now as high as it could go and as inwards as it could possibly go, and it's nowhere near this panel. So this is the safe zone. There's no issues with that at all. So you can have it all the way up, all the way in, and you will still be okay. So this is all the way up and it's all the way in. We still got gap there. So now I need to be coming up with a plan to change this. So I had a look and I realized there's actually a big gap when it comes to here. Let me lift this down. When it comes to here, this panel, I'll try to get this in camera if possible. This panel, this thing in the panel is actually sitting around here. So it is giving us a fair bit of room right there, which is pretty useless. We can get rid of that room there and basically have a different panel instead. Can you hold this there? Basically have a different panel instead, so it goes right from there. Or I may even possibly be able to, so that's what I'm trying to do now. I've already drew a lane now. This is the section that I need to cut out. I believe I would need to go all the way up here. So basically underneath here where this lane is, I'll just need to remove this section there, make some adjustments on this panel. Once I'll figure out how it's going to work, obviously we're going to mass produce these new panels. And with every one of these screens that we send out, we'll send one of these panels as well. So when it comes to your installation, it will be as easy as putting everything together and everything should be working for you nice and smooth. That is the whole reason I'm installing everything into my own car first. So if I face any problems, I can fix them before the screen reaches you. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to be cutting this bit out and having a look to see what's happening actually behind here, how much room I need there, and make a bit of adjustment. So maybe on the new panel design that we do, we will move this edging a bit further back, just right here where it actually needs to be. So a bit further back, or we might even remove this and have a like a leather trimming, obviously something that looks nice and tidy, like a leather trimming there, so it's smooth and it's flexible and it can fit in there. So that is what I'm going to try now to do on my car. Once I come up with proper solutions, I'll get these mass produced and we will be able to have them sent out with every one of our units. So let's get that sorted now. Alright, so this bit is now out of the way. Now this lets me see what is happening inside. So let's go inside the car with me. Alright, so now that I did cut this section here, I can clearly, like you can already see how much my finger can go in there. So there is a bit like that much of a gap right underneath here. I want to get it on the camera somehow, but so you can see there's a fair bit of gap underneath here. So this thing can move as back as right there-ish. So we would be able to move this about 1 centimeter back further. So even right now that I've done a bit of cutting, it's still better than what it was. So it is still hits, but it's still better than what it used to be. So I believe if I move this 1 centimeter back further, I should be able to solve this issue. And obviously then I'll come up with an idea on how I will cover this hole here, and whether it's going to be a new hole trim with new plastic, new shape, just going down that way, or if I redo a leather on top of this, I'll come up with a plan and we'll see how we go. All right, so now we're back at this, and I had a bit more cut down on this one. So now we're gonna try it again. I'm pretty sure this should be good enough now, but let's see. All right, so that's up, and that is all the way in there, and catch up on the camera. So there's a fair bit of gap up there. So no matter how much back I go with this, this will not have any effect on this trimming, and the trimming will not have any effect on my screen. So I'm happy to say that this issue has got a solution. So then for now, just for this one that I'm doing right now, I'll come up with this idea. So I've got this, which is actually for another vehicle steering wheel. And I'm planning to put this there and have this leather going over here somehow. So then basically, once I put it there, I don't have this big ugly gap in here. So let's go try that out now. Yep. So for putting this up here, I don't like how this has got some edgings on it. I want to make it a straight line. But if I make it a straight line, then I'll come up with another problem. This will be way too tight, so I don't want it to be like that. So then I need to get a bit more of this flexible leather out of the place. As you can see, there is a hard plastic underneath here. So I will need to get rid of pretty much all this section of this hard plastic and leave this little ending bit left there. So I'm gonna just start peeling off this of my plastic and then cut the plastic away, and this should pretty much solve that issue. This is good. Now we have to cut here, get rid of this section there. So that's the best I could get this so far. Obviously, we're gonna get a whole new panel coming in to make it all proper, color matching. I reckon I might not even use leather. I'll use a whole new panel with plastic trimming. We'll see how we go. We gotta 3D scan it first and see how we can go with that. But we will definitely be able to come up with something with that. But now that is good enough for now. So this is gonna cover that big gap there I had, and let's put it in test. All right, so now we're ready to put this into test. I'm just gonna put it into the place that it usually needs to go, and that's as high as my steering wheel will go, and bang, that is perfect. So this is not touching at all, and it's covering up that gap, and it's doable for now till I get a proper panel sorted for this section here. But that issue is now sorted, so now I will be good to put my screen up on here. But before that, remember earlier in the video we said that we're gonna put everything together and then try this section here and cut it bit by bit so we don't cut extras. So I reckon now is a good time to try that. So we definitely need to do a bit more cutting. This needs to go back way further, so that allows this section to go back in there. But you can already imagine how this is going to turn out. This is going to sit in there, gives us a little storage area, and basically it's going to cover up that gap that we've got up there. So I'm going to remove this old things and get into cutting. Let's do it. All right, so I believe the cutting is now all done. I'm gonna test it out. This should be the final time. Let's try this thing in, and basically that should go in there, and look at that. That is sitting in nice and flush now. So cutting corners are all gone now. So they'll all be hidden under here. So this will sit in flush here. All around here, obviously I need to clean up everything, but all around here will be flush. This will actually be screwed to the metal plate that I will be adding on here later on. But now to test everything to make sure it all fits in nicely and sits in flush, that is perfect because I can feel around here. There's no gaps around it. This is good. So now we're good to remove this. Basically, I need to vacuum everything, all these cuttings. I'll clean things up and we'll go to the next step. So I guess after all, it's now time to put everything back together. We've got this new panel which goes down here. So this is where the old USB input and the signal lighter port used to be. If your vehicle is a TIO and has got the temperature controls for your seat, so seat cooling, seat heating, those two knobs, they will now relocate onto the top AC panel. So do not worry about that. You will get this new panel coming in. Looks a bit better than the old one. And it will slide down here. And get my hazard wire out of the my signal lighter wire out of the way, and that goes there. So I believe this is the first thing that we need to pop in first. So that goes in nice and smooth, beautiful. We've got the right AC channel which plays in there, and have a look at these pins in there. So there will be 2 pins that this will lock onto, and you can actually screw this in place as well. So we're gonna do that in a moment. But before that, I've got some sponges to put around here, so it stops the airflow going out from the side, and it focuses the airflow to be just going in one direction, so it doesn't go outside. Here's my sponge. Just gotta put this around this here. Alright, so this one is looking good. So we've got that going all the way around. So this is now gonna go there. I'll bring one of my trim removal tools to just push. I cannot try to push this in. Oh, it actually falls in. So that falls in there, and you can see how hard this is holding it in place now. So this is awesome. And then I'm gonna put the 2 screws there obviously as well. What? Amazing. Now we will be right to put this big panel on top here. So get that wiring through. So when we want to put this section back in here, we got to make sure that those 2 pins will align with the center here. So just gotta push it in like that, and they'll pop in place. Right, perfect. Now we've got all 3 of them in place, and it's time to put the screws in. Now, we've got this top section fixed in place. We've got all 3 screws there, 1, 2, 3. There's going to be more screws on top here as well. I haven't done them yet. This will be sitting up there now. Obviously, this also needs to be screwed in. We haven't done that yet. And then there's going to be 1 more screw in the middle here, which I haven't yet done it. But everything else is all done there. Now we got this one here. So this is the storage compartment with the wireless charger, which is supposed to go down there. I've already removed the single lighter port from our factory panel. Now just put this on here. So we're going to pop this back in first, so this side. If you look, they've got a little thing to tell you which way it is, so you can also read this. So they go in the same way as the factory, so that just pops in nice and easy. And now we're going to slide this in there. Again, this thing here, you've got a little edging on top there. This edging needs to be aligned with the cut section over there. So this is telling us that this needs to go in this way and stretch it a little bit. Just like that, it pops in. And now we can close this in, open it up. Works awesome, like normal. Right, so it's finally time for our massive 26-inch screen to go in place. Let me just point out a few small details about this screen. So firstly, we've got our RAS logo printed under the glass here. So it's behind this glass, the little RAS logo up here. And also, we've got the model number RAS-Pano 62 engraved in the back of this system. So this tells you that this unit will be backed by us. If you face any issues, any problems, you know who to call, and we will be proud to support our warranty for the units that we supply. That's why we proudly put our logo on them and just put out the model number for our units on them. So we support our units. If they face any issues, we're there to fix it. So that's there for you to know. Plus, all our units also come with authenticity certificate, like the RAS Y62 Pro unit, which was our previous system, and we had a lot of sales on that. It was really popular. So we did supply a authenticity certificate with that system that was mentioning about the warranty and all the information about the unit itself. So we will probably be having a similar thing to that coming with this unit. I think I just pumped out the pin. Yeah, but pin for this one, but it's just down here. My leg hit it and this just snapped out. So it's not broken, it just popped out. So I'll put it back together. Let's now get the screen in place. So I want to connect everything now, one by one. Oh my God. Look at that. This is massive. This is already looking really good. Like, I cannot believe how good this is looking now. It's really turning out better than what I was expecting. I have to wait for everything to go in together, and then probably I'll get the real feeling, but I can use my imagination to put everything together now, and it just feels way better. It looks insane. This is hectic. Oh my God, that is looking good. Obviously, I was just gonna clean everything up and put all this stuff in. So now next, let's put in this AC channel and the AC controller. So that's what we've got up here. So we are literally at our final stages of putting everything back together. The head unit part is all done. The digital dash part is all done. Whole aircon section is all done. So pretty much we're all done. We're just putting this center console area back in place, which I know a lot of you guys don't like the center console as well. So good news, we are doing some works for these center consoles as well. They're gonna be coming out pretty soon, hopefully. We've just been very busy with few other projects. But yeah, that is also on our to-do list. A new looking center console. And yeah, I really think that the Y62s need that. I'll just put this in the wrong spot. Alright. I really like the way this area looks like now. So this whole old panel has been replaced now. The cigarette lighter port that I had is now inside here. So I've got my cigarette lighter port in there. I've got my wireless charger in here, my USB-C, USB-A. This will be the light that is going to show me if my phone is charging or not. We've got a little panel which is identical to the 2025 model panels. You're able to get a lot of different type and design switches for these panels. I'm sure a lot of different businesses sells them as well. So you'll be able to get your own switches for your extra four-wheel drive stuff and that. And then we've obviously got the storage compartment, AC panel, big air vents, hazard button over here, and our massive panoramic display up here. Just have a look at that. And that's not it. We've got more happening as well, which I'm gonna show you. Just have a look at this. This is insane. Oh. Honestly, I don't think the camera is doing the justice. I think you should see it in person to believe how good this is looking. Now, I would need to put my steering wheel back in, but I've got another surprise. So this is almost done, but I've got to add that last finishing touch to finish this thing, and that is my steering wheel. I've done a custom design steering wheel for my car, so I'm going to bring that in now, and let's check that out. Here is my new Rival steering wheel. It's actually not very new. I've had it for a while, but I haven't yet fitted it to the car just because we were so busy with so many other stuff. But now I think it's the best time to do it because we've got everything apart. The steering wheel is already out, ready for the new steering wheel to go in. So why not put the new one in? So let's have a look at this. The big moment for me. Wow. Have a look at that. So I got forged carbon fiber. This is the design that I choose after thinking a lot. I was like, how would I want this? Firstly, I like the steering wheel to be thick, to have a big grip. This is this is heavy as. This is a big thick steering wheel, so you can see already, this is massive. And I've got forged carbon fiber down the bottom, forged carbon fiber up here, and leathers on the side. And I wanted these leathers to be matching my door trims in the seats. So I can see that there's a bit of a color difference between them, just a little bit. Well, choosing over photos always will create a little bit of a difference. That is the same case we've got here with these leathers here. So as you can see, I looked at the photos and I chosen the leather color that I wanted for my side pieces, and I thought on the photos I honestly wouldn't be able to tell, but I thought they are matching my seat. Once we got them, we realized there is a big difference. Now the steering wheel is not as bad. It's manageable. These ones are really bad, so they are being redone, and I'm actually going to show you something. I have actually removed my door handle, send it to our manufacturers to get the exact color as these leathers created for the side pieces for our RAS-Pano 62 head unit. So I know a lot of Y62 owners have got this color of interior, and they might be thinking the same way as I was. They might be wanting to have these side leathers in matching color to their car. So I really wanted them to be matching to my car. So then I decided to get the leather sent to our manufacturers to be able to create the exactly identical color-coded leather trims for here. But if you've got the black trim interior, or you just don't care about the color of this one, you just want it black, they are available in black color as well. I want them to be matching my seats, so I thought if you guys want it as well, then let's make it happen. Now it's time for let's talk more actions. We're going to be putting our steering wheel in here. So there's got to be a few items that I need to remove from my old steering wheel and put it onto the new one. So I will need to remove these buttons and this back plate here. So the back plate comes off pretty easy. We already have got YouTube videos on how you can install these steering wheels. So I'm not going to go over all that. But basically there will be a few clips all around here. This back plate comes off. You undo these screws, remove everything, remove the buttons, relocate them all up here, remove this weight, put it up there, and basically put things back together, and your steering wheel is ready to be smashed back in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do that all because I know this episode has already been a long episode. So yeah, we just want to shorten as best as we can. All right, so now one of the last steps is putting this steering wheel all together. I've obviously got all my buttons relocated onto this one now, so the buttons are up here. This is just looking gorgeous. I just love this. You have no idea the level of excitement I've got with this screen and this steering wheel. Honestly, it's good. So let's bring it right in the middle, making sure we don't damage that airbag wire. Just so there it is. Not every vehicle, but a lot of vehicles, most vehicles, they've got a marking like this one here. You can see up there. If we can focus it, there's a little mark just on top of this here. So this is giving us the direction on where our wheel needs to be, and this needs to be aligned with this one on top here. So if I grab the phone right in front of it, you can see they are now aligned, and that is telling me I've got my steering wheel in the right correct position. So now I should be able to put my bolts in and pull the nut in and just tighten up, and then obviously we're going to try it all out. If it wasn't straight, we always pull it out, straighten it up, but this is telling me that this is a thread, so that should be all good. We obviously will plug everything back in together, and now I've got a vehicle with a steering wheel. Well, not now, almost. So here's the airbag. Now I just got to be plugging this back in and putting it all together. What do you guys reckon? I was also thinking to get this airbag cover trimmed, possibly similar color to the leathers. So I was thinking of that, probably with this color and dark brown stitches like I've got here. So dark brown stitches, which I think they are matching this part of the seat. So if you take a look, I like the pattern. So this color, light brown with dark brown. I was thinking to have my airbag re-leaded to match the color of the side leathers with brown stitches. So tell me if that's a good idea, or if you've got any better ideas. Please share it with us. We will be more than happy to take your opinions and take actions. Airbag is all plugged in. Placing it in. Now I've got to press this and the horn should be working. That sounds good. These three screws here, just a little side note, these three screws here, if you're ever doing a steering wheel upgrade on your Y62 Patrol, these should not be tightened up fully, because this is your horn. Once this is pushed all the way in, this will be what does the horn. So right now it wouldn't, because I have to put this back in. But basically, this is what your horn is. So if you tighten up these screws all the way, your horn's just going to be going off. So you want them to be kind of flexible, just like how they are right now. So then when you put the airbag in, you've got this bit of a flex to do your horn, which is pretty good for me now. And I think this is good enough. I might be able to actually tighten the bottom one a little more to pull this airbag in. We don't want it to be popping out a lot as well. So I'm going to get my Torx screw. just a little bit. That should do. I'm pretty happy with what it is right now. Yeah, that is good. I think the neighbors are gonna come and kick me out now. This is the tricky part of this, putting these side screws in. So you don't want to drop them in there, because then that means you'll be having a hard time removing them. So I'll gently put it in, and you should not tighten up one side first and do the other side. You should do one side halfway and the other one in, and then you can tighten them up. Because if you do one side fully tight, then the other one will be giving you a hard time going in, and you may actually damage your threads, and that will be actually very hard to fix. So at the start of this YouTube series, I said that if you guys like our videos and like this series, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. But honestly, now we've spent so much time. If you're watching till now, just like it. Our camera woman been really, really pushing to the limits, like working outside hours, just trying to get this series going. She's asking, like it, subscribe it, do whatever you need to do. You know, it wouldn't hurt.
Also, don't judge my camera skills.
Yeah, well, we're learning as we go, you know. Yeah, but yeah, honestly, it wouldn't have any effect in your life if you like, share, subscribe, but it will just give us a little more hope that what we're doing is actually useful. These are pretty tight. The horn's working. Are we ready to start this up yet? Yes? No, because I don't have the gear shifted up in. We are done. I'm pretty sure we are finally done. I've got the keys in my pocket, so let's try start the car. Wow. All right, so the screen, the digital dash section is coming up already, which is good. I want to adjust my steering wheel. And now we're sure that this is not hitting our screen, even if it's on the highest possible place. So I'll be confident to lift this up. That is all safe. That is pretty good. All right, guys, so here's the result. Here's the tear now. We've got everything fitted. We've got the RAS-Pano 62 all installed. We've got the new steering wheel all installed. And this was a long episode. But we are to the end of it. And this is it. In another video, I will go through every details and every feature of this RAS-Pano 62 head unit. So this is a new release system. I'll run you through everything. And if you guys want a steering wheel like this for your Y62 Patrol, let me know. I'll be able to arrange them, and soon we will gotta add these on our website as well for custom design order steering wheels for the Y62s, because I honestly feel like this is the best steering wheel I've had. And yeah, they feel really good. So if you want to let me know, I'll be able to arrange them for you. But yeah, we are all done with this episode, and thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Share us your comments, give us your ideas. Tell us what do you think about it? Was it worth all the effort? Would you be looking to do this in your Y62 or not? And yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, just send us a comment. Give us your other opinions on what you want us to do next, and we'll see you on the next episode.